Hey, welcome back to my channel, Crafting with Cami. Today we are going to be bringing in some old products and some very used, well-loved products, along with a few new stamp sets that I got from Stampin' Up. So we're bringing in some close to my heart paper, close to my heart die cuts, and Stampin' Up stamps and die cuts. Let's go ahead and get started. As you can see, this is going to be a double page layout. We are documenting a few photos from my friend's bridal shower, which is super exciting. I'm the bridesmaid. The wedding's going to be in October. So if you caught my, oh my goodness, I created a video long ago of her dress shopping. And if you caught that video, you know I used a lot of Desert Rose, which is a close to my heart color. And the Desert Rose matched perfectly with her wedding colors and her theme. So she was kind of going with a fall theme, so I used a few more fall colors in that. But the colors of the bridal shower, wait until I bring in the photos. Desert Rose is just perfect. So bringing in this Desert Rose accent, I absolutely loved it. So these were sheets of paper, and I cut them down to 1/2-inch strips. The green leaf paper is 7 inches. And then this, I believe that is acorn, is the acorn color is 2.5 inches. So I was kind of playing around with this. I had considered using this side of the acorn, but once I started bringing in my embellishments, it got to just looking really dark. So I thought this was it brought in the acorn, but then it also lightened things back up. Let me bring my photos in. So this was the invite, and I'm hiding the address and email address down there. But the gold paper here that they used, I thought that went really nicely with the acorn. It's just not glittery. And then my dress that I was wearing is almost a pine color, so I'm bringing in pine. Look at how closely this color is to the Desert Rose. It matches perfectly. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to bring in Desert Rose. Plus my other layout of her dress shopping had a lot of Desert Rose in it, and I don't know, I just thought it'd be nice to bring them together. And then looking at these photos, her dress has almost a mocha color. So I did bring a little bit of mocha in with the insides of my flowers, and I'm thinking I'll bring in a little more once I start embellishing. And then these photos, I have a lot of smaller ones, actually 4, but I have several smaller ones that her relatives were wearing kind of this Desert Rose peachy color. So I thought that would tie in nice. And then you guys, while I was at the bridal shower, she gave us the dresses that we had to order. And look at the color of my dress. It's Desert Rose. Like, look at how perfectly that matches. That Desert Rose color. Look at the flowers. It matches perfectly. So you're darn tootin' I'll be using the Desert Rose cardstock for wedding pictures, because I know I'll be taking a lot of pictures myself, plus I'll be in a lot of pictures as the bridesmaid. So look at that. You guys, we couldn't have asked for a better match. My dress with Desert Rose, perfect. Okay, so with these smaller ones, I kind of want to bring me into that just because the dress matches so perfectly. And then I have this picture of her opening her gifts. I'm in the center holding tissue paper, so it looks like I'm opening presents. But guys, this is her bridal shower, not mine. I just happen to be in the center of this photo. But look, it's pink wrapping paper, and her relative here is wearing pink, so it kind of matches. So I'm thinking of having this one, because it's a good picture of me and her, on my page, but then I'm considering putting a flip flap back here to house some more of the photos and my journaling. I don't think my journaling needs to be on the front. If I have room, I could, but I kind of want to fill this with flowers. She's wearing flowers. She's wearing flowers, her sister-in-law, and it's a bridal shower. It can be girly. I think this brings in a touch of rustic too, which she is more of a rustic girl, so that fits perfectly. So I'm thinking something like this for my layout. I'm not quite sure where I want this yet, and maybe some clusters up here. I am bringing in some mocha ink on my foam dauber and going around the edges of this invitation. I don't always bring invitations and whatnot into my scrapbook layouts, but this one had the perfect colors, and it already gives the journaling kind of and title of where we are, what's going on in these pictures, bridal shower. To make it easier on myself, I just blurred or put some sticky notes over the address and whatnot and email address just for internet's sake. But yeah, I think bringing that mocha in really helps to tie in my embellishments. I've actually been friends with her fiance for well over a decade. We've been friends forever. And yeah, once he started dating Shelby, we started going on some double dates, and Shelby quickly became one of my best friends. So it's an honor to be a part of their wedding, and I'm so excited for them, and it's just super fun that I gained a best friend from him. So I'm positioning these larger flowers to determine where I want my clusters. I will be popping some of the florals up on 3D foam tape to add a little more dimension to the layout. I'm going to tack this one down. I am going to remove that photo though, because I want that on top of my journaling, and I'm going to be adding a flip flap here. I printed all of the photos with a white border, and the 3x4 photos, the horizontal ones, I just didn't cut apart, and then I matted the two larger ones on pine cardstock. This picture is so funny that I'm like in the center. Oh goodness, if I'd only known. Some of those shots, you don't know they're taking the picture. It would have been better if I would have been looking or sitting closer to Shelby or something, but it's all right. It's all right. These flowers came from the layered flowers from Close to My Heart. So I have gotten so much use out of these. You just cut them out and then you can layer them however you want. So I took 2 of these to make this one, plus the inside of this one, which cuts this desert rose one here, and put that in the center. And then I cut a bunch of these in mocha and put those in my centers. You can create little small ones. You can create, these are the leaves, these leaves here. I absolutely love these. I love the stitching. And then same with these leaves. There's a lot of stitching on those as well. Just a super cool one that I get a lot of use out of. Obviously this isn't available anymore with Close to My Heart being closed, but if you buy used or anything, I love this. And then I brought in, and then I've also brought in the Thoughtful Wishes, and that's where I got these leaves. I stamped in pine ink on white cardstock. And then this one here is so delicate and beautiful. I love it. And then I cut out the leaves, and I did cut out the thistles too. So this one you layer. So this one cuts out I used pine. And then this one cuts out the same one, but also with the flowers, if you can see that. So then you just layer the green on top, and I did that in Acorn and in Desert Rose. Wasn't sure which one I would want to use. And then I also did yeah, the leaves look like this. Again, very delicate, so beautiful. And then I did some of the other leaves as well. And these. So I love this set as well, this one. The leaves are perfect. I was originally just going to use the Thoughtful Wishes leaves, but once I started tucking those in, they almost got lost. They were almost too small. So that's when I went back through and cut out these bigger ones, and I think they just give it that extra punch of pine. So I will be including those, but then for like these smaller ones, I'll be bringing in those little leaves. So lots of florals, lots of layers. I'd like to tuck this in and use that along with some florals as well. I got my embellishments adhered down, and I added some of these silver dots just from my stash. I believe they were close to my heart. I didn't use as many as I was hoping for. I never found a place for these or these little thistles here. I just felt like adding them added too much and was very distracting, and I didn't really want them off on their own. I felt like it needed something down here. So I just never really found a place for these. Here, it looks like antennas. So didn't find a place for those. These I had moved around and thought maybe here or under here. But again, it just ended up looking too clustered. So I didn't use as much as I was hoping for, but now I have those for another project. So I'm not upset that I had cut those out. This one, I am going to have that flip flap, and my journaling is going to go here. So this will go in my flip flap. I do like how these clusters turned out. I love that I was able to incorporate some old with new. Today's video was a little bit shorter, but I hope it brought you inspiration to dive into your stash and bring out some of your old products. With my clusters, I like to add some under the photos and on top of the photos. You can see I kind of hid that one face with my leaves there. She was cleaning her glasses or something, so I didn't feel too bad hiding her. People don't like to mix gold and silver. I don't mind. I like mixing the metals. And her ring is technically that white gold, so it just makes that stand out even more, having those sparkles. And I figured this layout has permission to be as girly as I want it to be, since it was all girls at a bridal shower. So I added all the bling I wanted, which wasn't a whole lot, but it adds a little sparkle and shine to the layout. Thanks for watching today's video, and until next time, live a life worth scrapping.